What up, boys, and welcome back to yet another video. So I've been getting a lot of questions about this series whenever I'm doing a video again, and I do have a lot of farms that I've already started on. So there's going to be a lot of videos in the Loot from 100 Run series. And if you have no clue what it is, basically I farm a dungeon or an open world farm 100 times. I save all the good loot and I show you guys how I farmed it and how much gold I made. So before we get started with today's episode, a big thank you to all of you guys that has picked up a copy of the 0 to 10 million gold guide. The support has been absolutely insane. And if you use the discount code the Dragonflight, you can get it for 50% off. And if you have no clue what it is, it's basically a gold guide that I've developed for almost 3 years now, and it features all of the best tactics and methods that I personally use in order to achieve multiple gold caps. It's also over 180 pages long, and the best feature, in my opinion, is the fact that it comes with a lifetime of free updates. So whenever there's a new patch or expansion, I update the book and I send the updated version directly to your mail for free. So you can check that out together with the VIP Discord that gives you exclusive content by clicking the link down below in the description. So today's dungeon is Scarlet Monastery, and there's a couple of things that's important to know with Scarlet Monastery. We're going to discuss that, show the route, and also show why you should or shouldn't farm the dungeon. The first thing is, when you go to Terrestrial Glades and you enter Scarlet Monastery, you have Scarlet Halls and you have Scarlet Monastery. So Halls is to the right when you enter, and Monastery is to the left. You want to do Monastery because the density of mobs is better in the dungeon, but do make sure that you're doing it on normal mode. So you do the classic version of the dungeon. There's way too many people running it on heroic. You're also going to get saved as soon as you kill a boss. But the dungeon itself, like when it comes to route and so on, it's super, super easy. Now, normally when I do this farm, I would loot after every single pack that I kill, and I always get questions about this, but since I've already done exactly 100 runs, right now I'm just showcasing you guys the route that I use, and I don't loot the mobs. But yes, loot will not be sent to your mailbox except for the loot that drops from the bosses. So you do have to loot every single mob that you encounter. And the good thing about SM that I really like is the fact that it's such a fast dungeon. It's a very small dungeon, and you can run it in like 2.5 to 3 minutes, depending on your class and speed set and whatnot. But you could literally do 10 runs an hour on a slow class like a Death Knight. Like, it's no problem whatsoever. So it's nice to just have one of your alts camped outside of the dungeon. And whenever you you're not dungeon locked and you feel like doing a fast gold farm, SM is a great place to be. But the reason why SM is a good choice out of the dungeons, the fast dungeons, is the huge variety in drops. For some reason, Blizzard has messed up the loot table of the dungeon, so you can actually get high-tier classic epics that didn't originally drop in SM. Like, you can get Skullflame Shield and Destiny in SM, which doesn't make sense. Another fast note is that I skipped the last 2 bosses because they do like this RP thingy where they gotta resurrect each other, and it's just not worth the time for an extra like loot table from one mob. So I generally skip the boss, but you do have time to kill it by all means. It's just very annoying, so I always skip the last boss. And then I walk on this left side, like just hug this left wall so I kill the remaining mobs. And after killing the mobs that you're seeing on my screen right now, you're pretty much done. You clear the entire dungeon. So in terms of loot table, I already mentioned the fact that you can get the high tier epics, which you're not originally supposed to be able to get, but it's the best tier epics you can get. So that's absolutely awesome. The number one reason why people is farming it is because of the insane loot table of super items. When I say super items, I mean some of the hardest items in the game to obtain. There's literally people, including myself, who have done thousands of runs of SM without seeing some of these items drop for them personally. I've seen close to all of them drop myself, because I host these ludicrous challenges where multiple people are running the dungeon, and over like the 8 years of live streaming and making YouTube videos, I've seen pretty much all of them by now. But if we take a look at Sustaina's loot table list, we can click on Scarlet Monastery, and you guys can see the giant list of unique items that can only drop in SM. It is really damn good. You have some, like, the hardest to get item and the super items being the Scarlet Boots, Mark of Current, Tainted Pears, Windreaver Staff. You have the Steel Claw, which is like a Jinsu-ish in terms of rarity, like comparable to Jinsu from Uldaman. Flint Rock Shoulders, Archon, Chest Piece, Swamp Chill Fetish, Fight Club, Dreamslayer. Once again, it's not as rare as these other items, but it's a good one. A Sliver Blade as well. The rest of the items are like, when you get them, you're not super excited. No one is excited when they get Watchman Pauldrons or the Robes, the Blood Spiller. Like, even the Butcher has a relatively low value right now. But there's so many super items in this dungeon. And another great thing is, as I said, you are getting like the high level epics can drop from this place, which is really cool. So you can get like the Skull Flame Shield in this place. But also outside of the blue items, the green items in SM are really underrated, because I'm going to show you guys what I received right now and the total amount of gold. But if we look at the green items first, just don't care about the value on My Realm, because My Realm is really bad, right? But look at the uniqueness. So according to ATT, as you can see in this item, there's no item in the game that shares the appearance with this one. Same thing with this chest, this headpiece, these gloves, these bracers, these boots, these legs, these shoulders, this headpiece, this chest. Like, you guys get the idea. Whenever you're getting an item that has a unique appearance, regardless of the price, you should still post it on the auction house, because every single collector in the game needs to get it. So it's going to sell, and they typically do have a good sell rate as well, as you can see. But yeah, there's a lot of those in SM. Now, when it comes to my loot and what I received after doing this dungeon 100 times, which equals to 10 hours of farming due to lockout, but it's just like 30 minutes per 10 runs, right? So it would only take you 5 hours to do 100 runs. But I did get the Watchman Pauldrons. Like I said, they were not good, right? I got this shield right here, the Resplendent Guardian. It's not a good item. I got the Butcher, which has a reach and market value on EU of 76k, but there's so many people doing SM right now, and this one is not that rare, so it's only 28k on My Realm. And then I got myself the Harbinger Boots. Once again, it's just a bad SM unique item. Same with this Blood Spiller, 40k market value, but there's too many of them, dragging down the price drastically. Luckily, what kind of saved my 100 runs was the fact that I did get the Scarlet Boots. Now, I've had these boots like 3 times before, I believe, and I have managed to sell them for above 200,000 gold, which is what they are currently on My Realm going for. There is a good amount of them on the auction house, and it is by no means an easy sale. But yeah, I'm happy with getting these. It kind of saved my 100 runs. And I'm using this add-on, which takes TSM, it uses TSM to calculate the total value of everything in my bags. So I can easily hover above this add-on, which is called Bag Appraiser, and I can see that I do have 481,000 gold of like average market value in my bag. So that's the average price across every single realm on EU. So it's not just me having high prices on My Realm, right? And that's 481,000 gold, so 48,000 gold an hour. But since you're doing like 10 runs in 30 minutes, effective farming time, it's closing in on 100,000 gold an hour. And this wasn't like good 100 runs. Even with the Scarlet Boots, I still wouldn't consider this to be a good, solid 100 runs. So, Yeah. With that being said, though, that's pretty much it for today's loot from 100 runs. If you guys got any suggestions on what farm I should do next, or if you just got any questions in general, just leave them down below in the comment section. I'll do my absolute best to reply to every single one of them. And don't forget to check out the 0 to 10 million gold guide with the link down below. And also for those people that already have the gold guide, and if you enjoy it, the VIP Discord that comes with a bunch of cool exclusive content, such as being able to see these YouTube videos before they go live on YouTube, so you get a head start. There's exclusive to the Discord gold making tips and investments and spreadsheets, so make sure to check that out with the link down below in the description, and I will see you all back in at tomorrow's video. But until then, bye bye.